Hey, welcome back, YouTube. Hey, this is another episode with Vaping with the Killer Coiler. Today I've got a guest with me, my friend Jake.
What's up on the lung?
And what we're going to do today is we're going to talk to you about the Troll all over again. But we're going to talk about authentic versus clone. Okay? So, you guys have seen a lot of probably reviews concerning the authentics. I haven't seen too many about clones out there, and I haven't really seen any that show a side-by-side comparison of the two. So with mine being authentic, first thing you'll notice is that mine has Phillips head screws, okay? And if you look, you can see the base ring here, the outer wall, tends to be kind of thin. So, we got a little juice leaking. This is one of them vaping with Twisted 420 moments. Goddamn. Some bitch. Alright, but now when you look at Jake's, the walls are very thick, and they use grub screws with Allen heads versus the actual screws. Next thing that kind of blew my mind a little bit was we tried taking his barrel and airflow control and sticking it on the authentic, and the problem with that is it drops right on there. Look at how loose that is, folks. I'm not going to tip it upside down because if I do, I'm going to drop juice everywhere because I just juiced this up. But it does not fit snug at all. It has side-to-side movement.
And it'll slip off if it's sitting on there and he does flip it upside down. It just falls. I mean, there's no grip to it at all.
No. Now the next thing that differs is the 510 is the same as far as the 510 insert, but the chuff caps. All right, this is the one that you can buy from Waterfo. You can see how big around that is on the bottom side. It's the same size all the way through. His, on the other hand, is a reduced. If you look, yeah, see how thin that starts out, and then it goes larger. Now, it will fit. I don't know, will it fit? I didn't even try that. Yeah, it'll fit inside of this one. But it's not the same cap that you get from Waterfo. So, as far as the actual airflow holes, they are spaced equally and the same appropriate size, and it would seem that the airflow control, as far as how it's cut out and managed, seems to be pretty much spot on as far as with the clone.
Trying to get that angle right for you guys. There it is. It's a lot
And
harder
the
to see
authentic.
because it's black.
One thing I did notice differently is when we were vaping on it, his, for whatever reason, the flavor isn't as good out of his. It's got a weird kind of plasticky taste. We've cleaned it the whole bit. It has a weird taste to it. And the flavor doesn't pop out. Even, it doesn't matter if you're using the 510 or the large bores. His flavor is muted in comparison to the authentic, which is kind of odd. We do have identical builds on these. These are the same coils in this one and that one. There is 1/100th of an ohm of difference between the two coils. And I have vaped both his and this one, and I'm here to tell you this one tastes a little bit better. But as I was building that, his T-post in the center spun. All right, I could not tighten up the 510 pin or anything like that to eliminate that. It spins. So when building on that and trying to tighten down your leads, we had to hold it with a pair of needle point, needle nose pliers so that it wasn't constantly stretching the coils out, and then you got to rework the coil to get everything back into uniformity. So that's a major con as far as that goes. Now,
Agreed.
you paid exactly how much, and where did you get that one from?
I actually bought this from Fast Tech, and it was actually only like $10.50, but after shipping, I only paid $12.
So, I mean, there you go. I told you before, these are available from 10 to 20 bucks for the clone.
You will have to wait a month going through Fast Tech. It's not very fast at all.
Slow tech.
For sure.
All right. Not big fans of Fast Tech, either one of us. Especially after he waited almost 2 months for an atomizer.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
He was pretty pissed off when I got mine in under 4 days from ordering it. But I had a buddy of mine that owns a B&M.
I'll have the authentic soon. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're going to vape on them a little bit, show you what they're doing as far as, vapor production. Like I said, they're identical builds. I'm running a different juice than him, but both juices are 2080, so that really shouldn't matter at all. What do you want to set these jokers up at?
Oh, probably 80.
All right, 80 watts. I'm running 80 watts on the Sigelli 150. He will be running 80 watts on the IPV 150, the IPV3. So just to give you an idea of the vapor production, what they're doing. As far as performance, I can't say that it's bad. I mean, it'll chuck clouds, folks, but the flavor is nowhere near as good as what's in here. So we're going to have a toot and let you see what it's all about. Good Lord. And here goes the human lung. Now you see me, now you don't. So, I mean, as far as being able to produce the vapor, yeah, they're pretty much about the same. Other than some aesthetic differences, because, you know, they did an alright job.
Bye, Dan.
Foggy Rooms. That's my ECF name, by the way. But anyways, so as far as, you know, the aesthetics of it, the Troll that's on the front, they tried to copy it as well as they could. Didn't work out so well.
It looked like they copy and pasted it, and then they made it a lot smaller, so they're not getting the detail in it that they do on the original.
I don't know if you can see my original. We'll try and get in there so you can see it. If you see the grin, it looks pretty good. You know, it's the same color as the rest of the atomizer. Sorry that you can't see my face while I'm talking, but we're still doing this off of a Note 4. And then, if you look at it's kind of whited out in places, and it doesn't carry the same uniformity flow of the Authentic. I mean, it's close. It's close.
It's $10.
It's
I mean,
$10
budget,
versus $35.
This is where you're gonna want to go.
And you know, I think total price on this was like $36.75, but it was the atomizer plus the cost of the big bore drip tip, which is Wotafo as well. It's an aftermarket. It's available for purchase. I think they're like $5.95, folks. So in all actuality, I probably paid $31 for the atomizer. So, you know, for $30 for the Authentic, not a bad deal. I mean, like I said, you can spend $10-12 from Slow Tech and get one that appears to be chucking just as good a cloud. Flavor isn't there, folks, though. It really
It's not.
isn't.
And you know, especially for people that do like flavor. I mean, I bought it, and I would recommend that you go with the original if you really want that flavor. For clouds, I'm not really depicting a big difference. It does good. There's plenty of area for, you know, to keep your wick in there. It hits good. You guys seen how it hits. I'm actually going to juice this up here in a second and let Dan talk some more. I'm going to hit this at 100 watts and show you guys what I can get out of it.
So, yeah, I mean, you know, I watched Ruby Roo's review of it today, and what was kind of odd is that she had a white Authentic Troll that she said that Wotafo sent to her specifically for the review. And the inside of her barrel was painted the same color as the outside. And the fins on the airflow control were painted white as well. And she said she didn't like that because it was starting to peel a little bit. Well, I have been to Wotafo's site. I did enter the numbers that came on the can that my atomizer came in, and I have researched this is a true Authentic. But if you look, mine is silver. Mine is straight stainless, okay? And so isn't the inside of the barrel. Now, her atomizer was like, I think somewhere in like 1700 range for a serial number. Mine is like 5,574 or upwards of that somewhere. I mean, it's a ridiculously high number. So I don't know if Wotafo themselves noticed that there was an issue with the painting of the airflow control on the inside of the barrel early on, and then in the later models that they produced, you know, later in the production run, that they just decided to keep it straight stainless.
Is hers green too?
No, hers is white.
Well, that might be a difference.
Hers is white. Yeah, but I mean the black one. I seen the black one. I went and did a research, you know, searched it all out. And the black one was silver on the inside with the silver. So I don't know if it's, I don't know.
I
don't
do
know.
not get silver in there.
Well, the
You guys
clone
can
the
see
clone
it.
is powder
It's
coated the whole way.
all black.
Yeah, it's all black. Everything on that is black except the deck. And what was also kind of strange too is that Ruby Roo's bottom seals, the whatever you want to call them, yeah, gaskets. There you go. Brain fart. Bear with me. Hers were black. Mine are red. Which was kind of odd, but I do believe that her upper ones were red. It was just the bottom ones that were black. So I mean, there's some slight differences even within the same company. So I mean, just by looking at it, there's no way to tell whether or not it's a clone or an authentic. You've got to take the numbers that come on your can, go to the site, and actually put in the QRC code that you scratch off on the can, and it'll tell you whether or not it is a true blue Wodafo or not. And, you know, at this point, his is not a one-to-one clone because nothing interchanges with this except the drip tip. Okay, the barrel's a little bit bigger, so the airflow control won't go down inside this. It's sloppy as well. So, you know, again, folks, vape what you can afford. If you're on a budget and all you can afford is the $12 you're going to pay for the atomizer plus shipping and handling coming from Fastech, more power to you, all right? I own clones, but I'm here to tell you that if you want the atomizer to perform the way that Wodafo designed it to, buy the Wodafo.
Go with Wodafo.
You know, I mean, for $36 for the big chuff top and the atomizer, you know, and the 510 insert, how can you go wrong? The thing is it does not come with a 510 drip tip, folks. So when you get your atomizer, if you do not buy the chuff, you will have to use one of your existing 2 puffs or whatever aftermarket 510 wide bore drip tip you've got. I did a review a couple days ago for the Arctic. If I were going to use the 510, I'd use the drip tip from my Arctic because that thing is stinking huge bore. Huge. So, you know, that's where that's at. But
I still need to get one of those.
it's pretty badass.
It
Brian's
looks awesome.
Brian's got one down at Wake and Vape here in Fort Wayne for $35 out the door. That's a really good price.
Yeah, it is a good price.
It's a really, really good price.
It'll be
folks.
soon. Tomorrow's
So-
payday.
Yeah,
I might
right.
go down there.
Right? So, yeah, so I mean, here it is, folks. It's not much of a review, just some simple comparisons to let you guys out there know that, you know, one, I'm a man of my word. When I get the clone, I was going to compare the two, and I brought in a friend to help me out. And this is also the gentleman that I was telling you about that was supposed to go to Indy and try and win a cloud comp with this Joker for me.
That's a
So,
sad deal.
sad deal.
Sad deal.
But also the juice that I was talking about, the lemon doodle. If you want some of that, all right, hit me up. My email is vapeprofit72@gmail.com. Okay, this is the man. He makes the lemon doodle. You know,
It sells like hotcakes here for sure.
I'm telling you, it's fantastic. Like I said, it's like a Girl Scout cookie with a Snickerdoodle mixed. It is a pleasant vape. It vapes great dripping. The flavor only gets more intense the more heat you put
Yep.
to it.
And the more
But
it steeps too, it gets better and better.
it's excellent. It's my all-day vape out of my Arctic. So, I mean, it's fantastic, folks. So if you're looking for the lemon doodle that I was bragging up the other day, saying it was really phenomenal juice, he's the man. Hit me up. I'll get it to you. All right. And I think, what's the price? It's like what?
It's $10 for a 30 mil and $5 for a 10 mil.
All right. And then whatever it's going to cost for him to ship it to you. So, all right. There's that. Anyways, back to cloud chasing.
We're gonna
What'd
go
you
with
say you
100
go?
watts.
You went to 100 watts? You've already had to rejuice. I don't have to rejuice. I can vape this sucker till it's dry.
I can vape it till it's dry. I just like the flavor, and I have to try harder with this fucker.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Cross
this
hatch.
is some freaking awesome fucking vape right there.
And the thing is, folks, I'm gonna do one even better for you. Okay, with the build that I've got, I don't know if his box will go this. His box acts funny. I hate that IPv3. It's a joke. But I have now
He's not
just
kidding.
I've just bumped my Sigelli up to 150 watts. I've opened up all the air slots. We're gonna give this Joker a rip, and we're gonna let you see what you really do.
There's this 150. I had to actually drop mine down. These batteries are really garbage. I couldn't even hit it at 100 watts anymore. And I hit it, once or twice on the freaking camera. It's ridiculous. So here's my 80 watt, but he's not kidding. I mean, my lung capacity is pretty large. So that giant
why
cloud
he's
that
known
you
as
see
the lung.
from his 150, I'm going to hit it at 80, and I'm going to see if I can't get the same
I'm going to
thing.
step out. The human lung.
Yeah, it's
folks.
all right. I'm going to try this one more time, though. For sure. Oh,
Like,
never mind. It's dry.
it's dry.
It's dry.
I just juiced up, so I'm good.
Now this juice that I'm using right now is a new one that we're trying out. We're actually making an apple strudel, and it tastes like an apple strudel. I still think that it can be a little bit sweeter. It's going to help people that really want the flavor. It's going to help people that like clouds. I feel that sweeter definitely helps, especially in this. Like I have another one. It's
And
called
I'm
the
actually
Vexnilla.
rocking one of his other juices that's raspberry Teddy Graham. And folks, I'm going to tell you what, if you like raspberries and you like graham crackers with a twist, this stuff is phenomenal. And every one of his juices is geared towards people that are cloud chasers. So you're getting max VG with outstanding flavor. A lot of people,
is about where we sit.
yeah, a lot of people say, oh, well, you can't get good flavor out of a max VG juice, this, that, and the other. I'm telling you, Wake and Vape, they do an excellent job. Big shout out to you, Brian. I love you, man. You know that. And then Jake and his partner, they're basically, they're out on their own. They don't even own a shop or nothing. They just do it for friends and stuff. But I'm telling you, they got a good thing going. They've got some phenomenal flavors. Like I said, hit me up on my email if there's something that you want to try out. We'll get some samples sent out to you, whatever. But yeah, this is good stuff. And I was vaping this earlier, and I will tell you, it is fantastic. Take a Hostess coffee cake and add some like caramel apple to it, folks. It's fantastic. And there I go, disappearing into the fog again. It's like living in London, But again, I wanted to get this out there for you guys so that you know what's going on. You see that these things both are equally chucking very good, very, very good clouds. The biggest problem is that the flavor doesn't pop through quite as nice with the clone as what it does with the authentic. The parts are not interchangeable, so if you think, I can't get a part for mine, I have an authentic, this, that, and the other, I'll just order one of them $10 junkers, and I'll take the parts from that because it's no big deal. I don't plan on keeping it anyway. Not going to work out for you. Until they come out with a 1-to-1 and I get a hold of one, most of the guys that are doing like really good 1-to-1 clones are usually Infinite and Sig Green. I haven't seen clones by them yet, but if I do, I will be sure to get my hands on one, and we'll do another comparison of authentic versus your clone. But that's it from the Killer Coiler. Thanks for tuning in. And if you like what you're seeing, subscribe. Feel free to leave comments. If you're interested in juices from Jake and his partner, a.k.a. The Lung, hit me up, like I said, on my email. We'll get an order placed for you, and we'll get it shipped out to you. Remember, people, vape strong, live long, because vaping has saved my life. It can save yours too. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good evening.
Have a good one.